With the temporary increase to the state and local tax deduction cap, or the SALT deduction cap, a lot of people are re-asking this question that came up, oh gosh, almost 10 years ago. And that is, can I prepay my property taxes to help me increase my SALT deduction so that I get an even bigger itemized deduction? I'm going to share those rules and some complementary strategies. That and more coming up. It's a hot button issue, very strong opinions, and I get it. The state and local tax cap, I'm not a fan, wasn't a fan back then, not a fan of it right now, but they did expand the what you're allowed to deduct. They expanded the cap before you are limited in the amount of state and local taxes that you can deduct. But whether, regardless of your feelings on it, you need to plan. You need to plan ahead. You need to figure out, well, are you going to itemize? Will the state and local tax cap come into question, and how can you leverage the rules to enhance your standard deduction and the state and local tax cap so that during these 4 years, you get the biggest tax deduction possible? And let's face it, the amount of state and local taxes, as well as property taxes that you pay, that goes a long way to determining whether you're going to itemize. Really, I did a video about this recently. Really, it's what are your state and local and property taxes? Do you have mortgage interest, and are you charitable? It's really those three things that drive whether it's going to be advantageous for you to itemize your taxes or not. And those three things will inevitably have some sort of planning issues with them. Well, we've been getting this question more and more lately, and we haven't gotten a question in about 8 years. And that is, can I prepay my property taxes in order to increase the amount of state and local tax deduction that I get so that I have a bigger itemized deduction? And we got this question a lot back in 2016 and 2017 when the SALT cap was first initiated. And now that they've expanded the cap from $10,000 to $40,000 just for these next 4 years, and only if your income is below certain thresholds. Your income, your modified adjusted gross income, needs to be below $500,000, and if so, then your state and local tax cap is up to $40,000 for tax year 2025, 2026, 27, and 28. Well, that first year, answering that question, it was a free-for-all. We had people that were trying to pay well in advance without even knowing what their tax bills were. They were just throwing money at their property taxes and hoping to get a bigger benefit. Well, since then, and really in the aftermath of that, in 2017, some clarity was published to those rules. Now, in order for you to prepay your property taxes and for them to count on your itemized deductions for your state and local taxes, the taxes need to be both allowed, you need to be allowed to prepay them by your county, and they need to be assessed. Taxes need to be assessed. Therefore, yes, the short answer is you can prepay your property taxes, but you need to first confirm with your county that it's allowed. Yep, can I prepay this? What's the earliest time that I can prepay? So for the individual that just reached out this morning, that is a client of ours and reached out and asked, we are relaying these rules to them and telling them, yep, make sure that you call the county. Actually, we called the county for them just to check. But yep, you've got to confirm that it's allowed. But then second, you need to make sure that the property taxes have officially been set. And again, this individual that reached out, the client that reached out this morning, said, yep, I just got my assessment. I just got my hands on the notice. It's not due this year, but can I pay it? And so it has to be allowed and assessed. A couple of examples that help bring this to light. Your county may assess taxes at 2 different times. And if the taxes are assessed this year, but they're not due until next year, you should be fine. You should be fine to pay that in this year and still have it count towards your state and local tax deduction. Here's an example. In a lot of counties in the state of Michigan, they have 2 property tax bills. One is invoiced or sent out on July 1st and it's due in September. And then the next one, the winter one, is sent out in early December, usually December 1st, but not due until February. Both of them, they have been assessed and they've been issued, yes, you can pay both of those in this calendar year in 2025 and have them count towards your state and local tax, your SALT cap deduction. On the other hand, example number 2 is if your property taxes are normally around $5,000 each and every year, but you don't get the bill, it hasn't been assessed yet, you don't get it until the spring, it's not okay to just say, you know what, on my fall property tax bill or on my winter property tax bill, I'm just going to pay an extra $4,000. I'm going to put an extra $4,000 on it. They will have that credit on my account and they will apply that towards my taxes when I get them in 2026. So I'll just overpay right now. It'll sit as a credit. Not allowed. Okay, not allowed. Those taxes that you're trying to prepay have not yet been assessed. Therefore, even though you paid that higher amount, you would be limited. You wouldn't be able to claim that extra paid amount on your SALT cap on your SALT deduction towards that cap. So those are the rules. What can you do instead? What are some other sort of complementary strategies or other things that you can do to maximize your state and local tax deduction or maximize your itemized deduction? First, make sure that you pay your state and local tax estimate in this calendar year, in 2025. Your tax estimate due date, your fourth quarter tax estimate due date isn't due until January 15, but you can pay it now. And if you pay it in this calendar year, then it counts as this calendar's year towards your state and local taxes, towards that SALT deduction. So pay it in this calendar year. If you think you're going to owe state taxes, local taxes, that sort of thing, get those paid, get those withheld, get those sent in during this calendar year, and they're going to count towards your state and local taxes for 2025. That's number 1. Number 2, if you happen to have a vacation property, that counts as well. As long as it's not a business property, and if so, then you will pay the property taxes through the rental or whatever, and it will reduce your income there. But if it's just a second property, if it's a vacation home and there's no business use or anything like that, you're not renting it out, yeah, those property taxes that you pay there, those count as well. So make sure you're capturing those and tracking those when you're preparing your taxes. And then third, and we get this every year, even though you might say, well, that's of course, but it does happen. Make sure that you confirmed you did in fact pay your property taxes when they were due. Just inevitably, people are getting their documents ready for us to prepare their taxes, and they go through and they look and say, oh my goodness, I never miss a bill. I thought I paid this. Wait, where's the receipt that I paid both the spring and the fall bill? Oh my goodness, I only paid the one. Oh, no, right? And so you catch it and you figure it out with your county. However, it's not part of your state and local deduction. It's not able to be counted towards that itemized deduction because you didn't pay it in that year. So double check that. And then for planning strategies, if you believe you are going to be itemizing, making sure that you're working with your CFP to leverage some creative giving strategies, things like donor advised funds or donating, stacking your donations, donating appreciated stock, working with your certified financial planner. If you care and if you're planning for your SALT cap and that SALT deduction, then obviously you're planning on itemizing. So leveraging some creative giving strategies as well, working with your CFP can go a long way. Work with your CFP on that. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on our team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K, wisemoneyshow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.